Hello, happy tea day. I'm drinking my mucus mover tea today to help get rid of the excess phlegm from a cold that we're getting over. It's really hard to make tea in the morning and then wait until the afternoon to drink it. And if I was more together, I would make enough tea to last the whole day, or I'd put it into two separate cups so that I could drink one and save the other, but I didn't do that. So this is all that's left with a little herbal residue at the bottom. And yeah, they add enough stevia that the mullion really doesn't taste that bitter. So yeah, there's my tea of the day. The things I wanted to talk about today were gardening, for one. If you've got plants that you start inside, make sure you harden them off before you put them in the garden. Leave them outside in a shaded spot that's protected from the wind for a little while, and then slowly over the course of days, you can expose them to more sunshine and more wind and more of the elements so that by the time you put them in the garden, they're not shocked and they don't just die. So that pro tip for gardening. So I'm starting to do that. I've been at war with the wildlife. The squirrels and the deer have been my biggest enemies here. And a friend told me, so I posted about some deer spray, and I do use that, but then my spray bottle got clogged and I never replaced it. But a friend told me that if you shave Irish Spring soap and put it around your plants, that it will keep deer away because it has such a potent and unpleasant smell to the wildlife. So I went around my garden shaving a bar of that, and I mean, so far I haven't had any problems with the deer, but I just put plants in the garden a few days ago, so we'll see how that goes. And then the squirrels, I put pinwheels in the garden beds to keep the squirrels away, and it seemed like it was doing a good job at first, but today we saw a bunch of squirrels in the garden over and over, so I might have to put more pinwheels in, or I might have to figure out something else. If anybody knows a good way to keep squirrels out of the garden, I would love to hear it, because usually when the garden's established, they're not a problem. But when I'm first planting seeds and they get in there and they dig things up, they're really detrimental to it. So I'd love any tips that have worked for you guys. And then I've got the fig forest out. The fruit trees are waking up. So I've got apples and pears and some other things just starting to leaf out, but we probably won't get any fruit from those trees this year. I put the fig forest out front, and one day I would like to broadcast from there because it's just a fun little area in front of my house. Figs are pretty warm, loving plants, and it's good to have them in a south-facing area. So I've got them in the south-facing part of my yard, which is the front. And there's some bricks there, so that helps with heat retention also. And I've got a bunch of different ones out there, so it's like a mini forest in front of my house, and it's just kind of cool. But they don't have too many leaves yet, so it's not as appealing as it will be in a few weeks. And then the big news that I wanted to share with you was that we managed to acquire something that I was not planning on getting probably ever again. My daughter loves dogs, and she really wanted one, and she's been asking for one for years, and I said, well, just pray about it, because I don't see how this could happen, but if you pray, sometimes God says yes, and he delivers in amazing and unexpected ways. And then at the eclipse, I had all these people, like friends and family. My brother came with his dog and stayed with us. And so everyone was like, when are you getting a dog? When are you getting a dog? And I was like, never. I have 5 kids and I don't want to keep another thing alive. And I always thought about how hard it would be because several of us are allergic to dogs, and I did not want to deal with a puppy again. I just got out of potty training the 5th kid, and I didn't want to deal with that again. And I know in my experience, if I get an animal when it's young, I can build up an immunity to it and it won't bother me. And then other animals will bother me. Like if I get a cat, I can be immune to that cat, but other cats will set off my allergies. So I didn't see how I could both get a dog that was old enough that I wouldn't be allergic to it, and or young enough that I wouldn't be allergic to it, but old enough that it would be potty trained. It just didn't make sense in my brain. And then someone in my Bible study said, hey, I have to get rid of my dog. She's hypoallergenic. She's trained. She's 2. She's out of the puppy stage. And we need to find a new home for her. And I thought, oh, well, if I could do a dog, that's the dog I could do. So if she's cooperative, hey, Yumi, Yumi, come here, Yumi. Come here, sweetie. The internet wants to meet you. So here is Yumi. Try to get her in there. Oh, look at this beautiful girl. You can't see her, but she is here. She's just low to the ground. Hey, Yumi. Oh. So anyway, that's what she looks like. We have a dog. Might be temporary, might be a foster situation, but we might keep her, and we've had her for 2 weeks, so it's looking more like we're probably going to keep her. I am generally a big fan of fixing animals. We have acquired, me and my family, like my brothers and sisters, acquired many cats over the years. We would just find them on the street. Somebody would rescue, well, I would rescue them out of a frat house, kittens that were going to drown, or just find them anywhere. And we would take in a cat, have it fixed, and then keep it until it died. And that was good for a while until I had kids, and I'm like, no more animals. But yeah, so usually I'm a big fan of that, but this one is not fixed. And a week after we got her, she went into heat. So we're dealing with that now too. So there's just a lot that we're juggling right now. But I mean, everyone's always juggling a lot. That's just what we're juggling right now. So yeah, that's our big family news, and I'll make a post about that on Facebook on my personal page. So yeah, she's a really sweet dog, and it's been an adjustment for both of us, but she really loves attention, which is perfect in a house with 7 people, but sometimes when she decides that she just wants you, it can be a little time consuming. So anyway, so my patch of the week that I wanted to talk about, I haven't talked about this one in a few weeks. It's the ice wave. It's great for if you've got some serious pain, like if you've got a level 10 migraine, it's great for that. If you've got like back pain or just any kind of pain, I think it's supposed to kind of, I think they call it ice wave because they want you to think of icy hot, but it's really good at, you use 2 patches and put them on different areas of your body, like either side of your forehead or on your back, and it's just really good at dissolving the pain in a matter of seconds. So that's a really exciting find for us. It doesn't put anything into your body, and that's what I like. I like drug-free options. It just tells your body, ignore that pain signal, and it's really good for that. So anyway, thank you for joining me. Please share, like, follow, subscribe, do all the things if this has been entertaining or helpful to you. And I'll see you next week.